The Mooncake Secret. Ling was a 14-year-old girl from Shanghai. She lived with her parents in a tall city apartment. Every year, she celebrated the Mid-Autumn Festival. But this year, she didn't want to. "It's just eating mooncakes and looking at the moon," she told her mom. "Old people like it, not me." Her mother sighed, but said nothing. That week, Ling found an old photo in a drawer. It showed her grandmother holding a red box. She was smiling next to a young woman, Ling's mother as a child. On the back, words were written in shaky handwriting, "For my daughter, when the moon is full." Ling took the photo to her mother. "Who gave this to Grandma?" she asked. Her mother looked surprised. "That box, it's from the last festival before Grandma left Beijing." "Left? Why?" Ling asked. "In 1960, our family had to move. We lost everything, but Grandma kept one mooncake recipe secret. She said it held our family's luck." Ling became curious. "What happened to the recipe?" "I don't know," her mother said. "Maybe Grandma buried it or burned it." But she always made mooncakes by hand, never wrote it down. That night, Ling couldn't sleep. She thought about her grandmother, who died before she was born. She wanted to find the recipe, not for luck, but to understand her family. The next day, she called her uncle in Beijing. "Ivy, do you know about Grandma's mooncake recipe?" There was silence. Then he said, "I think I do. Come visit. I have something to show you." Ling traveled to Beijing alone. Her uncle lived in an old hutong house. He opened a wooden chest under the bed. Inside was a small cloth bag. He pulled out a yellowed paper. It had writing in old Chinese script. "And a note," he said, "for the grandchild who asks why." Ling's eyes filled with tears. She couldn't read all the characters, so her uncle translated slowly. The recipe used lotus paste, salted egg yolk, and a special mix of spices. But the real secret, the note said, is not in the ingredients. It is in making them together. When hands touch the dough, hearts remember each other. Ling and her uncle decided to make the mooncakes. They mixed flour, syrup, and oil. They shaped the balls and pressed them into molds. The kitchen smelled sweet and warm. When the moon rose that night, they sat outside. Ling took a bite. It was rich, soft, and slightly sweet. Tears ran down her face. "It tastes like love," she whispered. Her uncle smiled. "Your grandma knew. Food carries memory." Back in Shanghai, Ling gave her parents a mooncake. "This one is special," she said. "My hands made it, and my heart remembered hers." Her parents hugged her tightly. That year, they celebrated the festival together. They looked at the bright moon, and for the first time, Ling truly felt part of their family's story. The red pepper jar. Ji-yoon lived in Seoul, South Korea. She was a college student studying English. Her grandmother, Halmani, lived in a small village far away. Every summer, Ji-yoon visited her for a week. This year, Halmani seemed quieter than before. She spent hours in the garden picking red peppers. "Why so many peppers?" Ji-yoon asked one morning. "They are for kimchi," Halmani said. "Winter is coming." Kimchi was spicy fermented cabbage. It was a key part of Korean meals. Making it was hard work and took days. Families usually made it together in autumn. But this year, Halmani worked alone. Ji-yoon's parents were busy in the city. No cousins came to help. Halmani's hands shook as she salted the cabbage. Ji-yoon wanted to help. "Can I learn how to make kimchi?" she asked. Halmani looked surprised. "You hate spicy food," she said with a small laugh. "But if you want, I will teach you." They worked side by side. Ji-yoon cut cabbage into quarters. She rubbed salt between the leaves. Then they washed it and drained the water. Next came the paste: garlic, ginger, fish sauce, and red pepper flakes. Ji-yoon's eyes watered from the spice. "It smells strong," she said, coughing. "That's how you know it's good," Halmani replied. They mixed everything carefully, then packed the kimchi into big jars. One jar was small and painted with flowers. "This was your mother's first kimchi jar," Halmani said softly. Ji-yoon remembered her mother never made kimchi now. She bought it from the supermarket. "We don't have time," her mother always said. Ji-yoon suddenly felt sad. That night, they ate rice, soup, and a little fresh kimchi. "It's delicious," Ji-yoon said truthfully. Halmani smiled. "Better than store-bought?" "Yes," Ji-yoon said. "It has more heart." The next day, Ji-yoon called her mother. "Mom, did you know Halmani is making kimchi alone?" There was silence. Then her mother sighed. "I forgot. Work has been hard." Ji-yoon didn't scold her. Instead, she said, "Come visit, just for one day. I'll teach you how to make it, like Halmani taught me." 3 days later, Ji-yoon's mother arrived. She wore gloves and laughed at the mess. Together, the 3 women filled 2 more jars. They talked, told old stories, and even sang. At the end, Halmani gave each of them a jar. "This one is special," she said to her daughter. "It has the first kimchi you and I ever made together inside." Tears fell down Ji-yoon's mother's face. "I'm sorry I stopped this tradition," she whispered. Halmoni held her hand. "Now we start again." When Ji-yoon returned to Seoul, she brought a small jar. Her roommate tried a piece. "Wow, so spicy!" she cried. "But I like it." Ji-yoon smiled. She knew the taste wasn't just from peppers. It was from family, memory, and love.
A journey to Kyoto. Tom was an American student. He wanted to learn about Japanese culture. He saved money for 1 year. Then he bought a ticket to Japan. His first stop was Kyoto, a city full of history. Tom arrived at Kyoto Station late at night. The city looked quiet and peaceful. He stayed in a small traditional inn called a ryokan. The floor had tatami mats. He slept on a futon. In the morning, a woman brought him breakfast. "Good morning," she said politely. "Would you like rice, miso soup, and fish?" "Yes, please," Tom answered with a smile. After breakfast, Tom visited Kinkakuji, the Golden Pavilion. The temple shone in the sunlight. It was built near a calm lake. He took many photos. An old man walked slowly beside him. "Beautiful, isn't it?" the man asked in careful English. "Yes, I've never seen anything like this," Tom replied. "My name is Haruto. I used to be a tea master." Tom felt curious. "Can you teach me about the tea ceremony?" Haruto smiled. "Come to my house tomorrow morning." He wrote his address on a small piece of paper. The next day, Tom walked through narrow streets. He found Haruto's house behind a wooden gate. Inside, everything was simple and clean. They sat on the floor in a small room. Haruto moved slowly and carefully. He washed the tea bowl with respect. He added green tea powder and hot water. Then he stirred it with a bamboo whisk. This is not just drinking tea. It is about harmony, respect, purity, and peace. Tom listened quietly. He felt calm for the first time in years. Later, Haruto told a story. "When I was young, I argued with my father. He wanted me to run the family shop. But I wanted to study tea. We did not speak for 10 years. Tom was surprised. "What happened then?" "One day, he came to my tea room. He said nothing, but his eyes were soft. After the ceremony, he bowed to me. We cried together." Tom felt something deep in his heart. He thought of his own father. They hadn't spoken since Tom decided to travel. Maybe he should call him soon. Before leaving, Haruto gave Tom a small tea bowl. He said, "This belonged to my father. Keep it. Maybe it will bring you peace too." Tom returned to his inn that evening. He looked at the stars over Kyoto. Japan was not just temples and food. It was silence, tradition, and quiet feelings. The next morning, Tom called his father. "Hi, Dad," he said softly. "I'm in Kyoto. It's beautiful here. I miss you." His father's voice was quiet at first. Then he said, "I miss you too, son." Tom smiled. He held the tea bowl close.